Hey, check it out. You're smoking with your boy JoeThunder. This podcast brought to you by Be Good Dispensary, our official sponsor. Bringing you the latest and greatest in hip hop and the arts and cannabis culture. With co-host Elvis Freshly and DJ Sin. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy JoeThunder back once again with another episode of the Smoking with JoeThunder podcast. Got my homie co-host Elvis Freshly in the building. What's going on, Elvis?
Yo, what it do?
Be Good Dispensary, our official sponsor. You know what I'm saying? How's it going, brother? We got DJ Sin in the house.
Always.
Hey.
How you doing, Sin?
Oh, wow, my voice.
Oh, hey.
What's wrong with
You
you?
okay there, son?
Long weekend.
It's all that week, a long weekend, gang of
Yes.
weed. She's chilling back with us, smoking 1,000,000 blunts. You know, probably
My
not 1,000,000
voice is
blunts.
gone.
So how you doing? How's
I'm
everyone
good.
doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
It's
How
pretty
you all
close
doing?
to 1,000,000 blunts.
Yeah,
at this
we're getting close. We're pretty close.
We're getting there on the
Yeah.
Smoking with Joe Thunder podcast.
Yes.
You don't even know. But check it out. We got a very special guest for you. We got a couple special guests in the house for you today. I call her a young hyena. I was able to catch her the other day at Tetra performing. She had some smashes. Sounded amazing. We got MTG and Jaytriiip. That's 3 eyes.
Queens.
Yeah.
Queens in the house. And I asked her what
Hey,
MTG
friends.
meant. And she said Monica the Great, Monica the Gangster, Monica the Goddess, Monica the Goat. What's going on?
MTG la reina la
The
jefa.
There you go.
What is good?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. We welcome you here, and we thank you for coming. What's going
Thank
on
you
with
for
you?
having me. You know,
I
nothing
know.
much. Busy day, busy week.
Always, man. This has been a real crazy week, and it hasn't even started, right?
Right. It feels like, I don't even know,
You don't know?
Saturday? It feels like Saturday. And
It's
it's
already
Tuesday.
been a long week. It's already been a long
Be like
week.
that.
It's been a long day. Tomorrow,
It's been
yeah.
a long week,
Yeah.
bro.
Start early tomorrow. We got your homie Jaytriiip in the house. What's up,
Hey,
Tripp?
friends. I just drank a shot.
Hell yeah.
I know. I was about to say it's going down in here. I seen that
Was it
shit
a
go
little
down
warm?
the chimney.
Was it a little
I got
warm
that on
going
video.
down?
Yeah, it was warm.
All right, we'll
I'm
come
like
back
nice
to you in a
and warm.
second.
Yeah,
all
for
right?
sure.
We
I'll
watched
be
it
all
go
right.
down.
All right. And like I said, we welcome you, MTG, to the show, and we really appreciate you coming here. From all the people that don't know, being that it's your first time, let them know kind of where you're from, how you kind of made your way to Denver, all that good stuff.
I am from Rialto, California. That's the Inland Empire.
The IE.
The IE. For those of you that don't know, San Bernardino area, about 45 minutes east of LA.
Right.
Came out here a few years back, but I definitely moved like in and out a lot.
Oh, yeah, you be traveling.
Yeah,
I see you. I
a
see you out
lot.
there.
Before the quarantine, I was just never here, really.
Real quick, now that you said In and Out, I get the jacket the other day. It was the In and Out Empire.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
get
says
it now.
Inland Empire,
Yeah.
and then it looks like it says In and Out, but it's not. It's literally it's this clothing line back home. It's called One Love IE, and that jacket is actually like one of very few.
Damn, exclusive.
Yeah, so I like hardly wear it. It's probably the only time you'll see me wear it this year,
Damn.
and that's about it. And I'll bring it out
fire. You
next
look
year or
fire.
something like
Next year,
that.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hey, being that you were back and forth, talk about like the difference between growing up down there and then out here, because I'm sure there is a big difference.
Yeah, there is a huge difference. It's crazy because out there, it's just one. It was very much a culture shock coming out here. I was not. I don't want to sound rude or anything like that, but I definitely never grew up with as many white people as I like met here. You know what I mean? I was so like, oh, wait a minute, where am I at? Because back home it's just really like Latin people, Latinos, or like black people, and that's
Right.
really all I grew up with. And coming out here, it really just like threw me off fully. I was just so confused, like, okay. Even when I was about to move, my friends were like, again, not trying to sound rude, but they were like, damn, that's where all the white people be shooting people. And I was like, oh. And that's just something that like really
You right.
Register.
and I really didn't even like
man.
when I thought about Colorado or Denver before I had even like moved here. I really thought like tumbleweed, like just
Cowtown.
So many
yeah,
people think that way.
yeah. That's just what it like sounds like, and that's what like movies and like music make it sound like for real.
Right. What I tell everyone, man, it goes down in every city. You don't know how small, how
Yeah.
big it is. You got everyone that's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as I like started meeting more people and like kind of like, I don't know, really putting myself into like different areas in Denver and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. There are Latinos, there are black people out here. This
Right.
is dope. Like, okay, this is where I
Culture,
feel
lots of
home.
culture.
Yeah, fully. Like, so I'm here for it. Yeah.
Right. And how did you like it? Did you like it here better? Or did you like it back there? Were you missing home or?
I'm always missing home. I was literally just talking about that today. Like, I was really upset today. And I was just like, I think I just miss my friends. Like, I miss home. Whenever I go back out there, it's like a different version of me that they get. Out
Right.
here, I'm very like,
you're
you
growing and
know,
changing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We
So-
talked the other night, and you've done some major stuff for a short time.
Most definitely. It's so crazy to like just think, but definitely I like it here. I didn't at first.
Right.
I think I didn't at first because I
We
was
like
just
you
like,
here too.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
We
Rain."
do.
love you
We
here.
do.
Yeah, I really love it here now. But again, like, I did not at first, but I think it was just because I missed home so much.
It's
Yeah.
a little different. We're like
Yeah.
10 years behind. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is that definitely now that there's social media, like it, and like everyone is connected via like social media heavily, it's different. However, when the first time I had moved out here, me and my brother were riding around and it was like new music on the radio, right?
Right.
And it was like dum dum dum, and it was some old song. I was like, new music? What is this? Like, this is not new, y'all.
out.
Like, what is
Right,
happening?
right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick because you know your music. You used to make mixtapes for all your homies. And
Yes,
play your
I
little
did.
Party jam.
Oh, wow, I
Ultimate
didn't know about
Hustler.
that.
I really
This is
did.
Ultimate Hustler right here.
Yeah.
You had a line of tapes ready. Talk
Yep.
about that.
So, I was really one of the only kids on my block that had like a computer
Internet, right?
and internet. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
shit. Watch out.
you know the little dial-up.
Another
Pew,
joke.
pew,
Uh-huh.
brrr. You know what I'm talking about? However, I downloaded LimeWire and I was able to like,
Me too,
right.
I had that.
Shout out
Yeah.
LimeWire.
Shout out to
Thank you,
LimeWire for
Made us a
real.
lot
Time
of
we
money.
had you.
Made us all a lot of money.
I would just find like all the artists that we were like a fan of and look for their music on there. Like if there was an award show, right after the award show was done, I
Lauryn
would
Hill
yep,
mixtape.
I would
That's
run
Lauryn Hill.
down, yep. Run down to my little like garage where I have my computer and I would just start downloading. The downloads would take forever, so I just had to like make sure they were right cuz then the next morning I
You
would like
have 'em,
yeah, I would
Y'all
have
wait all
them.
night.
Yeah.
One song.
For one song for real. And it sucks sometimes. You would be like, okay, I just got the new Chris Brown song or whatever, and then it would be somebody doing the cover of it. And it's
Oh,
right. And I would be so hurt.
And then real quick, you got moms bitching at you because you got the phone tied up and shit. You know what
Right,
I mean? She
yep.
trying to call you from work to get something. Like, why the phone all fucking tied up, all
No,
busy and shit?
it was me
You
all on the
downloading
internet.
music? Yup.
Yeah, and I sold candy. I sold like nachos. I sold snow cones. So like with that money, I would like help my parents out, and then also buy like blank CDs. So like people would come to me like, okay, like they would give me a list of songs, and I would charge them depending on how many songs they wanted. It was 5,
Wow.
10, 15, or 20 songs.
Little entrepreneur.
Yeah, I was just
Getting
on
it.
it.
Yeah, get it. Sounds like another JoeThunder to me.
I was just going crazy, and then everyone already knew I had the songs ready. My house was
You had
like
a good
the
ear for
place to
music,
go.
too.
Yeah,
You already had it on deck.
yeah,
That's tight.
it was so
There
fun.
used to, like I said, there used to be some guy like when I worked at MCI, like every Friday he'd roll through with what CDs you need. I got R&B, I got the rap, I got
Yep.
the top 40, got
I would
this
make.
and-
I'm telling you, I would make the CDs for like for the homies used to like do like big giant parties, like slow dance parties. So I would like throw some like Pretty Ricky on there, some like Chris Brown, some Usher, some Blackstreet, some Avant. You know, just throw it in. They would
Mm-hmm.
you know be all
I
freaky
was
in the
bumping Avant
parties.
today.
Avant,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Right?
Avant's my
Don't
shit.
they?
That's
Don't
on
they have
the
a song with
playlist.
Nas?
That's on the playlist.
I'm-
Avant
I'm-
has-
Does he?
I don't know if he.
Oh, I'm thinking the group. I'm thinking of Lure. and
Oh,
Nas.
Nah.
Lure,
My
I
bad,
see.
my
I was
bad,
like, I
my
don't know.
bad.
I don't know if Avant.
Yeah.
Having that ear for music, you kind of like progress that in the spoken word and poetry, right?
Yeah, I started writing when I was really young. So I was just doing poetry and spoken word. I love poetry. Poetry is probably like my favorite thing, doing spoken word and like being able to be like super animated when you're
Right.
just speaking and you're really telling a story.
Uh-huh.
That's like super dope to me because I think it's also helped me like just on stage.
Right.
Like my stage presence. Stage presence to me is everything because people can make songs all day long, but if you can't really perform the song, then you're not bringing it to life.
Forget about it.
Facts.
You know what?
Talk to 'em.
Actual
Yeah,
facts.
you
Gotta
rock
be
the
able to
show,
perform.
Yeah, so I think doing spoken word is what really helped me, because I would just like you really have to paint a picture when you're doing spoken word. If you're not painting the picture, you're not getting in the minds, because everyone's sitting down. You know what I mean? No one
Right.
is really like standing up and like going crazy for you. It's really they're just listening to what you're saying. So again, during
You have to
spoken
bring
word.
all the
To have
energy.
somebody listen to you as you're speaking
You have
is
to
like
bring all the energy.
that's,
Yeah.
that's real. Like
Yeah.
that's probably harder than
Yep. You
any
have
of
to
that,
get
you know,
everyone's
any kind of
attention.
performing. Yeah, you
Right,
have
right.
to.
You have to. So again,
Yeah.
that super helped me. I believe with like my stage presence because
that's why you're a great
super.
performer.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
You're
kill it.
great.
Thank
For
you. I
sure.
freak out every single time before a show.
We can feel that
That's what
energy when you're on
happens, yeah,
stage
yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
No matter how many times, I've performed for like 5 people and like 3,000 people type thing, and every single time I'm just like, ugh, like I'm gonna ass
On
trip.
eggshells.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was just telling her, like, something somebody just told me recently is like, you've done this 100 times. And as soon as I told myself that, I was fine. Because it's like, oh, I have.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Prince never got over his stage fright is what I heard.
That's crazy. I feel like,
So-
again, I've been doing this for like years. And every single time, I'm like, don't breathe around me. Don't talk to me yet. I
Give
might
3
throw up.
feet.
Like, don't ask me if I want food because the thought of even food around me
feel
right
you.
now, I'm going to throw up. So, like, you know what I mean? Up until I'm like, boom, bam, the mic is in front of my like face. Then it's just like, over. But yeah,
It's like, what?
You don't-
over.
It's crazy because you don't look
Animation.
nervous at all. You're like a natural up there. For
That's
sure.
crazy. Yeah, no.
No, you are. You're a star, girl.
I
That's why you're
appreciate
here.
that. Oh,
And
thank
not to put you on
Yeah.
the spot, but you have a little maybe spoken word that you can say right now or spit? Or
I do. Okay. This one is called Do You Remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? I do. See, I remember them summer nights cruising the streets, warm breeze, 99.1 on Art LeBeau on the radio, and I'm shagging with the homies. Pulling house parties, they getting lit for the first time, man. See, everybody at the house listening to new music, dancing, having fun, getting bucked. Shout out to Buck That TV.
Yep.
My squad, peaky thumbing, ain't none of the homies bumming, because we really with this thing we call the, business, and I know you see it. See, I remember them summer nights quickly turned to cold winters, homies dying, friends turned to enemies, cops know at every move. We grew up at age 6. You a target at any time you can get hit. Circle gets smaller, classmates become cop collars. You on edge. Don't know if that's a real or a snake, because they all say they love you, right?
Right.
Good ones leave me. Numb to who the hell is next. R.I.P. See, I remember having those big dreams and aspirations of being the greatest. Now they try and silence your voice with the, you're not good enough for that, and try this as if we're lost and don't know it's a white man's hand just trying to cover success. Bitch, we know we great. They try and fill us with self-hate. Ass ain't big enough, stomach ain't flat enough, hair ain't long enough, skin ain't light enough. You ain't enough.
Bullshit.
Do you remember? Do you remember when life seemed just so simple? I do. Take us back to the days where it all seemed so simple. Was it ever so simple? Do you remember? I do. There you go.
I feel you, man.
That
I
was
feel you. That
fresh.
was
Yes.
dope. That was
Yes.
dope.
Thank you very much.
That hot dial on
I'm
fire.
so bad at
right
snapping. I wish I could. It's like horrible.
Get it.
But
And I
all
think
those
is that why y'all connect so good is because of the poetry and the spoken word and just the love for writing Trip?
I mean, I guess so, but we didn't really talk about that. We talked about this on our podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually,
Was that
like
the first one?
no, this is like episode 3 or 4 we
Yeah.
did yesterday. But we got on the topic of how she started into music, and she was talking about poetry. And you probably told me before, but I didn't really know until she told me her story yesterday, like of just being into poetry. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's why, because I used to like doing that too before I really got into rap. So yeah, probably.
Right. I dig it.
know?
I dig it.
It is
Yeah.
rap.
It is rap.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It is definitely.
And that's like a couple of things. I'm gonna talk about first. I want you to talk about like how you got your name, and then we're gonna talk about how you first started rapping.
Okay.
'Cause that's a couple. I mean,
Both good stories,
exactly.
So I got MTG back in high school. So my name is Monica. My friends used to call me all kinds of things, like all kinds of things. Momez was one of them, but MTG was another, and there was only one person that used to call me this. And one day I was like, bro, what does this mean? Because I let it slide like forever.
Right.
And one day I was like, bro, I don't even know what that means. Those are not my like initials. And he was like, how do you not know MTG, Monica the Great, Monica the Goddess, Monica the Goat, you know what I mean? Monica the Gangsta, like anything you want to make it. And I was like, okay, that's dope. A few years passed. Finally, I decided to like make music. And as I was trying to like figure out how to make the music, he actually was killed. So in memory of him, I kept MTG.
Right.
So R.I.P. TC, R.I.P. Randy
I'm
Coleman.
sorry to hear that. R.I.P. But that's crazy. And you kept it because you know what I mean, just in his memory, right?
Yeah. So he's always with me. You know what I mean? I do it for my people.
Hell yeah. And then just talk about how you actually started getting into rapping, because that's another crazy story. Because you were never, I mean, honest, not that you were meant to be a rapper, but you never thought you would be a rapper in your life, right?
No.
It was the farthest thing kind of from your mind?
Really, it was. I really just wanted to like sing for real.
Right. And do the poetry.
And that was basically it. But basically, I had a first boyfriend. I'm not going to say his name. But I had a boyfriend. And he cheated on me.
Boo.
Right,
Oh,
correct. He
Fuck
fumbled
him.
the bag. Listen, but he
That'll
cheated
help
on
you
me.
become an artist for sure.
This man, let me not.
gotta
But he cheated on me, and the girl he cheated on me with, I guess, was still insecure about him talking to me. Me and him had I cut him off fully. So like her and her friends would bully me online, and like they were like following me and like mean remarks all over Twitter, all over Instagram. They knew where I worked. And then he was just
Man, if I was there,
If I was there, wow.
Period, sis.
Same.
Let me tell you.
I was there.
Period.
No.
That part.
Beyond a weird there, you know?
Right.
That shit happened.
So she was following me and stuff, and I was so over it. I was just like, bro, I do not talk to this man. Leave me alone. One day, I got really irritated. I got on a Tyga beat. I just wrote something really quick, and I made up this rap. I might remember it. Broke bitches always fucking following me. They always look up to me. They want to know how I'm getting his bread. They want to know. They want to know how I'm getting his bread. Damn, I forgot it. But anyway, they always look up to me. They want to know how I'm getting. Anyway, damn. But I made up this whole entire rap. Put it on Instagram, just to basically I was saying like, oh yeah, your man is still following me. Yep, like he still sends me money. Like da. I was just like, this was all a lie.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
It was all a lie. I was just like, bro, if you
Pissed.
think so, you know what I mean.
Like,
If you
let's
think
get
so, I'm
petty.
gonna make you think this is real.
But it inspired you to make music anyway.
Fully,
So
yeah.
it's
So like I hashtagged it.
go.
I'm not a rapper though. After that, everyone was like, "But you are a rapper," and I
But
was
you
like,
are.
"But am I?" They were like, "This is the first time you done it," and I was like, "A second time." But yeah, and again after that, it was
but
just
when
like
it's
a rap,
feelings involved. It's like
a whole thing.
It's a whole
It was a
thing.
whole thing, and then after that, I met up with a few people. I do not speak to them any longer. However, I super appreciate them because we together collectively. Gave each other like opportunities for like music. From then
Open
on, it
doors
was
for
just
each other.
it was just a rap from there, and it was super dope to like do that. So shout out to him for cheating on me. Shout out to her for following
Shout out
me.
to homie for messing up.
Yeah.
One time
Fully,
for
to
bro.
going
Humble
through
fully,
shit in
respect.
life.
So
fully.
fuck
You know what I
him.
mean?
You know what I mean?
Because had I not had those emotions, that first little rap, I would have never gotten mad like that. You know what I mean? So, whatever. You know. Hope y'all doing great.
How did it progress after that?
I met up. Actually, it was. So I grew up with these guys. Their group. They're called Audio Push. Price and Octane. Shout out to them. Inland
Check
Empire.
them out. Check them out.
Yeah. They're super dope. They were opening up for. They were on tour with Schoolboy Q. It was Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, and someone in TDE. I forgot his name though. How did I forget his name? Because he's
Isaiah
super dope.
Rashad?
Isaiah
Oh,
Rashad.
Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah.
That's
So
hard.
they were on tour, and they gave me like passes or whatever, and I was like hanging out with them or whatever. So I like to see shows from the crowd. I kind of really don't like being on the like stage for real because you get a different experience. So I was like, I'm just gonna go out into the crowd. I kind of weaseled my way in, and there was like some tall guys in front of me, and I was like, can I just stand in front of you? Like, I'm not gonna block you. They were like, yeah, sure. So before the show starts, this guy was like, yo, like trying to talk to me, whatever, and I was like, you can get my Instagram now. And then because he's trying to get my number, and he was just like, all right, cool, whatever. And I think I had just posted a picture of me, Price and Octane. He was like, oh, you know them? And I was like, yeah, I don't think he really believed me till they get on the stage. They're performing, da-da-da. Price looks at me and was like, oh, shout out to the homie Monica in the crowd. And I was just like, oh, God. Because then after that, everyone looked at me and I was just like, oh, no.
You blew your cover.
Yeah, so then like they performed. I saw Isaiah and Vince perform. And then I went backstage onto the bus. And then after that, like him and like a few of his friends had followed me. They saw my Instagram. They wanted to show me their music and like all these things. And I kind of like blew them off for a while because I shall not lie. There was a few other people in Denver that were showing me their music. And I was like, this is not it. So then finally I gave the guy a chance. Like, okay, cool. You could like show me your music. And after that, I was just like, oh, so y'all are actually creating like some good stuff. Yeah. And they had their studio in Colorado Springs. I would drive to Colorado Springs like 4 or 5 times a week to go
get in the
record.
studio,
Yeah,
right?
just to get in the studio. And then we started
Dedicated.
doing
Hungry.
shows. It was crazy. We started doing shows. Like my very first show was so terrible, but I opened up for Dizzy Wright.
Oh, sick.
And the reason why it was terrible is because I had this song that I was going to do. I had sold like 70 tickets to that show. But I was going to only do one song, and the person I had the song with bailed last minute.
Oh my.
So an hour before the show, I went into my car and I like wrote something really quick. I couldn't memorize it. Then I got stage fright. I got on the stage, like said like 2 bars, and then I froze. And you see your reaction? That was everyone's reaction.
The Eminem.
Literally, everyone was like, oh, no. Like, I heard some girls like, it's okay, baby girl.
Oh,
And then some guys were like, oh. Like, they just felt so bad for me. I was so embarrassed. My brother was there. A few, like, coworkers were there. And I was like, wow, they're going to think I'm so terrible. It was so bad. But after that, I promised myself that I practice in my room. I even practice in my room to this day. I act like I'm performing for 2 people or I'm performing for like 10,000. I'm just in my room swinging my hair. That's never going to happen to me again. Freezing will not happen.
wow.
Yeah. But that was like, it was so crazy. But that's really how I got into it, is just meeting these guys and really just allowing myself to like, okay, I'm going to create, because I really like art. I like making music. I like writing. I like the writing process of it. I like the performance part of it. I like recording. I like
Todos.
getting,
You're
The
really
whole
good.
Jaytriiip.
You know, friend.
Oh, shit.
Maybe I haven't told you. No, you're really good.
Okay.
Thank
No,
you.
for real. Like,
heard
I'll,
it first.
I'll
So
say
good.
real quick, like what you just said about like performing in your room and doing this and that. Like, that's where it starts, like from the bedroom. You know, I just made a song called Bedroom Music because I thought about all the times I was in my room writing raps I thought was trash. I crumple the paper, throw it away, or be performing in my room for my
Yeah.
little stuffed animals. You know what I'm saying? Not that I
Yeah.
have those still, but like, you know, it's like a real thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But those are the artists to me that are just like super dope and like give that energy when they're out there in the public, because it's like you take it serious when no one's looking. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you bring that energy on the track and when you're performing and just when you talk to people, like, you're really dope. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
I really appreciate that.
So,
Wow,
You're
Jaytriiip just
great.
complimented me, yo.
oh. Do I not do that a lot?
I mean, everybody
Yeah,
here
I
is
know, that's fucked up. Like, well, you know,
It's not like you don't hear it all the time. Come on
she
now.
never says anybody's dope, actually.
That's it.
That's all you get. That's the last compliment for
Well, I see, you done
2021.
fucked
I just
up
had to say
now.
that
You
right
done-
there.
You done pointed it out, so
appreciate
now
you,
you don't
no.
get no more. You lucky you got that one.
Shouldn't
bro.
have said nothing. Sorry.
Yeah, fucked it up. So you've had some big ass breaks too, huh? You've had like some major shows. Talk about the submission, the track that you made, and then you submit the submission for the ATL festival.
Oh, yep. Okay, so I made this project 2018 called The Interview. And like I know a lot of artists, like what they do is like they release singles, they release project and then project after project after project. But I was super proud of this project. So I was like, I'm gonna run with it until I can't. You know what I mean? Period. And that's what a lot of artists do. They drop one project and then they run with it for like a year and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like this
They
music
go on
is super
tours,
dope.
which
Yeah.
You do a little. You go and travel
Yeah.
and.
That part. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm really gonna run with this project because although it's my first project, I'm like, I was really excited about it, and I decided to submit the project into this like thing for A3C. I don't know if y'all know, but it's all three.
Something, but
all three something.
Yeah, A3C.
Yeah.
That's what Atlanta.
A3C.
Yeah, in Atlanta, and it was actually bought by I do believe 2 Chainz and like T.I., a few other people. And there was like this submission and paid $20.
How'd you find out about that?
My manager actually, I got to tell you about my manager too, but she told me about it. She wasn't my manager at the time, but she was like, "I think you should do it."
She's trying to be there. She's
yeah.
working her way to being the manager.
Yeah,
You gotta help
and
out.
she was like, "It's only $20. Like, you just have to like submit this thing, fill out this like." I don't know what it was. I just had to do like this profile, put my songs on there, and then send them the link to what I created, and then I got this email saying like I was one of like top 10. So after the top 10, they were gonna pick a top 5, but I had to do this like competition.
Right.
My friends had to like just go vote. Mind you, I shall not lie again. I did not get a lot of people to like, I sent the link out to a lot of people I knew, but no one really was like taking the time to go vote for me. So I lost. And I was so upset because like, I also logged into, I had a job at the time. Sorry for my job that is listening. I'm not going to say who, but I logged in and I got a hold of like their email list. So I went to like, I went into Best Buy. I went into Best Buy and I was just like using those computers. Yep, I was using those computers to like, and I was just submitting like, like vote
That's
for
what
me.
I'm talking about.
I was like, bro, I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? And I did not. And I was so hurt and I cried and stuff. But then I got a phone call and it was a 404 number and I didn't really know too many people in Atlanta, so I answered it. And it was this girl, she was like in charge of it. She was like, "Yo, can I be honest with you?" She said, "I thought you were gonna win." She was like, "But I really want to like, I held a spot for you. So you're gonna be one of the A3C artists." And I was like, "What?" And I was freaking out. I was like, I cannot believe like this just happened. You said what?
Did you scream and jump up and down?
I did it on the phone. I was just like, okay.
Where'd you put it?
I hung up and I was like, let's go. You know what I mean? In my room, I was going crazy. I was crying. I called my brothers. No one answered, but
brothers.
Did somebody
my brothers, right?
Did somebody end up answering though?
I think a few hours later, somebody called me like, "You called?" Like,
God answered the call. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you already
You're
know.
probably all faded
The call
by
was
then.
already answered.
I was so
Try to make it
happy.
deal.
And then I went to A3C. I flew out there by myself first, and then I met up with a few friends. I don't know if y'all know Wick Jones. Who is
Jones.
Yeah,
Who is
who is, and Kendrick Washington.
Yep, my brother.
And then one of my best friends, actually my Betty best, Zainab, met up with me out there as well. Shout out to Zainab, she's fire. But we
have her on the podcast too.
Definitely.
Yes.
We I got out there and it was like day for like check-in for artists, and I was just like, okay, I was like pulled up by myself, and it hit me when I was just like, yeah, like this is the artist line, okay, cool. And then I thought I was just gonna get like a little like lanyard or something, but I took a picture of it, but they gave me this like full like packet of like 5 different VIP like lanyards, like 2 artist passes. I had like all these like I don't know. They just gave me a full like packet of
fucking everything.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my
God.
gosh. I took a picture of it. I started freaking out, and I was like, I cannot believe, because the only other like Denver artist on the let me make this clear. The only other artist on the actual official A3C artist website was Trevorage. Okay, and I had to make that official just because somebody downplayed my success of like that opportunity, because like whenever there is like an A3C event, there's
bootlegs,
A3C, A3C, A3C events. So I remember being on a plane and this producer here in Denver / artist, he was like, "Oh, what are you going to Atlanta for?" I told him A3C. I was like, "Yeah, I'm like one of the official like A3C artists." He's like, "Yeah, so am I." But he was just performing at this like pool party that they were having, but it wasn't an actual A3C thing. Anyway, that's why I had to make that official.
It was around the corner from A3C.
Yeah, it was around the corner, definitely around a few corners. Cause I was super proud about that. Cause it was like really dope to me. But
Big step for you.
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really was. Yo, I
That-
had this whole entire moment of like appreciation. I had gone into one of the venues to go see. I forgot who I was gonna go see, but I didn't have my lanyard on me, and I was like, oh damn, like I don't know what to do. I don't have like any of the wristbands. And then one of the ladies was like, oh no, she's good. She's one of the artists. And I was like, how did you know? And she was like, MTG, right? I saw you on the website. And I was like, that's me. I'll be right back. And I walked outside and I went and started crying because I was like praying and stuff. And I was just like super thankful. I felt like super blessed,
That's tight.
highly blessed, highly favored.
blessed.
So
Highly favored.
Hell
that
yeah.
part. So yeah, that was a dope moment for me.
How was it performing on stage there in front of all those people?
It was super dope. I got to meet a lot of really cool people there. Like everyone that I performed with and everyone that I met at A3C, we are still in contact. So I got people in like New York, New Jersey, and Washington, and anywhere and everywhere. It was super exciting to just see my name on like the flyer, or like it was just super dope. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. It was like super surreal the whole entire time I was there. I was like, one, I'm in Atlanta. Two, like I just, what? Like for the reason why I'm here. And then I don't know, I just super grateful, super thankful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know you're international too, right?
That
Yes,
actual part,
international.
yes. So
I did know that.
Oh, wait till you
I
hear
just
this.
didn't know
Knows
I knew.
everything.
Wait till you hear this. Yeah, she's international. Tell me about
yeah,
the first
so,
video.
so I actually flew out to London to shoot Mírame is where I shot that video. So what's crazy is that I found out I had family in London. And how I found out is I found out through Ancestry DNA.
Shout out Ancestry.
Yeah, shout out to yo, if y'all want to, if you're listening, I got a whole story for you. But I did the Ancestry DNA because my little brother had joined the Marines, and I wanted to surprise him with like what we were. You know what I mean? And before I even opened up the results, I got this email, and she was my cousin, and she was like, "Hey, my name is Sophia. I'm like from London. I was adopted. Like, can we talk?" And I was like, "Can you send me your Instagram?" Oddly enough, we look a lot alike. So I was like, "Oh my God, this is real, yo!" Like, yes, I was like, "Oh my God, family, man." So
cool.
I actually gave her my Instagram, and we just started talking from there. And like literally, like a month or two later, her and her sister book a flight to come meet me and my family. Because I was actually the only person to ever respond to her. Because again, she was adopted from Guatemala, lived in London, grew up there her whole life, and her and her sister came out to see me. And then they actually surprised me and like bought me a ticket to London like a few months
so
later.
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I was going to be out there for like 2 weeks, and I was like,
Let's shoot a video.
let's shoot a whole video. So shout out to Annabelle, actually.
I love Annabelle.
yeah,
Don't
shout
we
out
all
to
love
Annabelle.
Yeah,
Annabelle?
so shout out to
Yes.
Annabelle.
Shout out to
She
her.
like plugged me into a few people that she knew out there. And
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I
I
didn't know
I
that
was like,
either.
hey, I saw that you were in London, and she shot this crazy video.
Right.
And I was like, hey, is there any way you could like maybe, I don't know if you know anyone. I was really just thinking photographer.
Right.
Then it hit me like, oh, I could shoot a whole video out here.
Why
I
not?
didn't know what they were gonna do, and then they would like send me clips of like they had like drones and stuff, and I was like, oh, this video is about to be fire.
Right.
So I went out there, and one of the days we just took time to like shoot the whole video. Super dope because people were like stopping, taking pictures, like, oh, who is she? And then like, is she famous yet? They're like, she's about to be. It was just super dope, and I was like, okay,
crazy
cool,
feeling.
yeah.
So where can the listeners check out this video?
On YouTube, I am MTG, and it's called Mírame, Mirame, Mírame.
Mírame.
Mírame. Yeah. But yeah, did
that
that. And then that was the first time I went to London. I actually promoted that video, that song, and it got traction in a few like radio stations, a few like podcasts, a few like other things. And they were like, yo, we have like 2 events, a festival, and then like this like a storefront like show. And I was like, cool, I'll take whatever, you know what I mean? And then Zainab was like, oh, you're going to London. Okay, cool. I'm gonna like hit up a few people that I know out there too, because she's like a traveler as well. So she booked a show And then we were just like, okay, cool. Boom, bam, we're about to go and like do these shows, do this festival and like just meet more people. And that's exactly what we went out to do the second time that we went to London. Me and Zaina were just like going around like London, staying out at very odd times of night, like just with a bunch of like people that we were just meeting. It was just free. I was just like, okay, we're out here. You know what I mean? But did that. Yep. Been to like Barcelona and Finland. Finland is dope. Ate some weird
not even
food
one
there.
place. You've been multiple places.
Yes, and I want to like keep doing it. It's super dope to like just kind of immerse yourself into like different like.
Yeah.
Whole different.
That's the
culture.
real way to do it
You
too.
gotta step in your game up
and
to
go
the
on
full.
tours.
Yeah.
and, like,
Traveling.
and play
Yeah.
in different places so people can actually see you. 'cause
Yeah, and then
those
Zainab
that's
ended
real
up.
fans.
She met one of her cousins, one of her friends or cousins or something knew this girl that does a lot of like PR out there.
Mhm.
I think that's what it's called. Anyway, she does a lot of things, and we got to meet. Like, she did a few like podcast interviews as well, and like a radio interview. And those radio people like have kept in contact with both me and her. Like, still talk all the time. So like, they're just ready for us to like go back out there. I'm super excited. Yeah.
So one thing you take from this, you got to travel and get your shit out there. You know what I mean? Don't stay in Colorado.
Yeah,
or
no,
Denver.
it's super fun
Or
to
the
like
It's the
East
best
just
thing to
side
do as
shit.
an artist.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to go out there, and you can't just be playing in your city
Yeah,
all the
no.
time. I mean, you have to be able to experience that time on stage, and like going on tour is like the best thing for it.
Yep.
And
So-
if you want real if you are about growing your followers
Gain any
on
kind of
social
traction.
media, that is definitely gonna help.
Yep.
Because you're gonna be everywhere, and you're gonna.
Yeah.
you're gonna meet
Yep.
I'm
people
super
and meet
excited
people
to
in
like
person.
get back
It's
in the
so-
world.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it's the best. Yeah.
Yes. Fully.
Hey, talk about like your style. You know what I mean? Because your style and your influences. Because you're all about the wordplay. You're about trying to get
I
it. Trying
am.
to mixed up with the Spanish and the English, and it's not always accepted. But you keep trucking with it.
That yes.
You're like,
fully.
fuck 'em. We're
So
doing
like
what we wanna
I
do.
think my biggest like influence in like rap is really E40. Like that man is
Hell yeah,
like
that's
his
so
like
tight.
wordplay is so crazy. This man has like over 20 projects, like so many like features
Still
and
relevant.
still very relevant. And like if you listen to like his first like project, it sounds so dope, and he was very like right. Everything like he just like plays with like he just has fun, and you know he does. I would love to be in the studio with him one day, but
You will soon.
yes, I would. I
Manifest
Hear that 40? You need to.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
40
E40.
quarter.
Shout out to E40.
You got a young
Listen.
hyena for you right here.
Listen, like that. Probably my like biggest like influence musically is E40, and then after that, a few of my friends, Price and Octane, they go crazy. I've seen them in like the studio creating along with like Hit Boy, and they do like
Audio push is so underrated.
very,
They're so
they're
underrated.
Yeah, you gotta
super
check 'em out.
amazing. Yep, super amazing. Shout out to Price Colored Entertainment. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I super highly influenced by like that. Also, I grew up in like again, I grew up in Rialto, and I grew up listening to like a lot of metal and hardcore music. My very first show, my older brother took me when I was 9, and it was in this like small little venue, like people were jumping and it felt like the
It's
ground
wild.
was just gonna like sink in. Yep. It was so crazy. People were like throwing hands, like going crazy, doing like donkey kicks in the like pit. And I was just like, whoa, I love it here. You know what I mean? Shout out to I love it here.
Love it here. Dot store on Instagram.
That part. And I fell in love with that. So like that, like I think that like aggressive, like the swinging my hair type thing, like that's where that came from.
Right.
Because if you know me, you know that like
I
metal.
whip my hair back and forth.
That part.
That's how
I
you
whip
be
my
when
hair-
you perform it in TG when you do the little hair thing.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing to do. It's
Oh,
really
it's
like
so- I
whipping my
love
hair.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so
She be
great.
like,
It's so great.
Yeah.
It's so great. I
Yeah.
love your.
I
stage
definitely
performance.
got
You have
that
such
from-
good
from
stage
there.
performance.
Because you were saying you guys listen to hip hop and you guys listen
Everything.
like to metal. You know
Everything.
What I
I
mean?
listen
And it
to
was
hip
all-
hop. I listen to rock. I listen to metal, hardcore, rock en español, like like Spanish like music, you know what I mean? Selena Quintanilla, that was a big thing for me. Like even the way I dress is very much like when I'm like going on, not right now, not right now,
Not right now, but later,
no,
later.
yeah, but later. Yeah, very like Selena like super influenced me when I saw her like old performances and stuff and like just hearing her music. I'm like, wow, like that's
So does
somebody
that
that
mean you can
looks like me.
Sing like
Oh,
her
I
a little
can't.
bit?
I can't sing like her, but I be
I
be
feel like
hitting
you
some
could
now.
probably. That's
I be
exactly.
hitting some
you know,
now.
I feel like you
I don't
could
know
do
if
a
I
little
should
bit.
say
I
nothing.
feel like you're versatile and you just
I don't know if I should say that, but
No,
MTG
I
showed
think-
me the song the other day. She was singing.
She can sing. I know.
You're your
Come
own
on,
worst
You
critic.
could just hear in her voice.
You're your own worst
shit.
critic, so
Come
she's
on.
downplaying that shit, huh? She could sing.
I was really hitting a
She's
few
just
notes.
talented.
No, she was singing some
Shit,
notes.
what
Like,
was that?
come on, La Fleur. That's what she was doing. I'll leave it to the professional here.
I
God.
mean, if you want to give us a little taste.
Oh no,
yeah.
ma'am.
She said, no, not that one.
We'll get
Spoken
there.
word,
Next
so
podcast.
different.
Wow, I just got
Next
really.
Like, Chip wasn't
podcast.
supposed to say that. My bad. I wasn't supposed to
Next
say that,
podcast.
y'all.
Oh my god, I just got really.
I just had to say something because, like, her
I
vocals,
get it.
your vocals, like, you can sing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my
your
God,
vocals
really?
are- yeah. Nah, for real.
Oh my god, thank you.
Shout
That
out.
actually means a lot to me because that was the first song I've ever done that to. I really just created this song like a few nights ago after the.
My show that night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it was after
the
Tetra.
Tetra.
Oh, it was after Tetra. Yep. I went to the studio right after, and then I was in some mood. I don't know. But then I was like, let's do this, whatever. And shout out to Black 3 LACK at Soundhouse Studios. Yeah, he showed me this beat, and I was like, yo,
get
this
it.
sounded like Don Tolliver to me. So I was like, oof, like I need to do something here. Yeah, and then I just did it. And I was like, does that sound good? Are you sure you like it? The whole time. And he just looked at me like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you if I didn't like it. I'm like, okay, thank you, Fran. But yeah, you know, big influences, my friends, E40, Selena, hardcore.
Don Tolliver.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Right.
sick.
Yeah.
And not only do
E40
you,
and Selena, I like that. Yes, that's definitely
R.I.p.
it-
Selena.
it
She's
shows.
definitely unique though too.
It
Like,
shows.
if you listen to her, she's got a unique sound. Like she's
Thank you.
She's an
Yeah.
Super
icon.
dope.
There's not many icons. That's crazy. She's an icon. She didn't live that long. Like I guess the icons, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, they really don't live that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But not only are you MC and you rap, you got a podcast with Jaytriiip.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
Not for the Streets podcast because we
Not for the
ain't for the streets.
Not for the streets.
Not for the streets.
Not at
You
all.
already
Today.
know.
Not
But
Not-
kind of today.
What does
Not
that mean?
tomorrow.
for the
Not gonna do it.
Oh, it's for the streets.
Not for the streets.
Not-
What does that mean? Not for the streets.
streets.
Explain.
Listen.
Listen.
Okay, so we really just
Okay,
talked
so-
about this today. For
Today.
real.
Today.
Because
Every day.
it's become a trend to just be for the streets. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I could hear the streets calling. You know, there's songs, there's memes.
Shout out to
there's-
the streets.
shout out to the streets. I'm
You
finally
know,
singing, you know,
all the
Kayla Ray,
streets.
all that.
All the streets.
All the streets. So again, it's become a trend to be for the streets. And really, if you think about the streets, listen, I grew up in the streets. It's not nice out there. You know what I mean?
Rough.
What I always
So-
say is nothing but snakes and rats and trash in the streets.
Yeah.
Fact.
So like, although it's fun to be in the streets, I don't want to be for the streets because that's not how I grew up. You know what I mean? I'm a whole queen
Facts,
out here.
facts.
I'm a whole wife out here.
Yeah.
I'm not really a wife yet, but you know, I want to be.
But
but-
you a whole wife out here.
But you know, and that's the energy I give out.
Yeah.
And that's the energy that should be like given to me.
Right.
So really we created this podcast because somebody had me fucked up.
They had her fucked up.
They really did. I was venting, I was giving her a ride home.
A lot of things seem to happen with you when things are fucked up.
Actually, yeah, it's so crazy.
Especially in a
Yeah,
relationship,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds like your motivation.
Yeah, it sounds like your motivation,
Yeah.
but that's a lot with music. Love
For sure.
is a lot with
Yeah.
what happens for everybody to become creative.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
fully.
how they put all their feelings in their
Mhm.
creativeness. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I was giving her a ride home.
I was drunk.
She was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Trip,
I was
these men out here, they got me fucked up. They really think I'm for the streets and I'm not for the streets.
So I'm like, tell me what's up, friend.
And I was like, act like I'm interviewing you for real. Act like you're him and I'm interviewing her.
For sure.
And I was just like, like I'm interviewing him. And then I was just like, So and so. Why I almost said his name, but I was like, so and so. Why do you got me so fucked up?
I mean, you know how I do. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know how you do. No, I don't know. Yeah, that was Trip. Good bass in her voice. You know what I mean?
Dope.
You mean you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't
Like,
know what
I
you're
just-
saying. Explain,
just-
elaborate.
Like I care about you.
No,
but,
you don't. Clearly,
you
you
know what I'm saying?
don't.
I be doing my thing.
No,
you know
you.
I'm
What
saying?
thing? Fucking up?
I mean, she was just there.
She was
and,
who?
Like, she just fell into my lap.
She fell into your lap. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not for the streets.
Yeah.
So we start going in.
So we start
On this
going
imaginary. Well, he wasn't
We're-
imaginary,
yeah,
but
he-
I
yeah.
was the imaginary.
So
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
we were
yeah.
pretending like, she was like him, and we did this the whole ride home. The whole ride home.
Yeah.
There was a few breaks of like laughing and stuff,
Yeah.
but we continued this interview. It was a real deal interview, and I was like, "Yo, Trip,
We need a podcast.
we need a podcast." And we were like, "What should we name it?" Not for
Not for the streets because I'm not for the streets because I was
Yep.
going through it too.
She
You know what I'm
really
saying?
was. We both were. So we both
Yeah.
related to this interview we were like fakely doing, but really
Yeah.
in real life venting. So we were just like, you know what?
Because we
It's-
kind of both like, I'm what, 2 years older than you? We not old. Well, I'm
yeah,
even
no.
asking such questions like that. But look, I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not for the streets. I don't want to be out here with these little chicken heads, these little Tatianas. Bop, chicken head. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to, settle down with somebody or at least just,
some
like,
steak
one
and
person.
shrimp.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I
Smoke
used to
some
have that
llama
at one
brand,
point.
You know what I mean? That'd be good.
Yeah. I like
Yep.
the streets. I have fun in it. But the thing is, like, I'm too good at it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that sometimes. Like, I just want to chill with one little shorty. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how we both feel. You know what I'm saying? We not for the streets. I'm a
Yeah.
whole wife out here. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
part.
you're growing. You got
I
to
could be a whole baby
So they
mama,
both
like
want-
a good
both
one,
of
though.
y'all
You know
want
what
to
I'm
be
saying?
wives.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Basically, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
that was beautiful.
But no. On a
love
serious
the
note,
honesty.
on a serious note, real quick, it's just like she was saying, like, it's a trend to be for the streets. Like, we have to, like, life is about duality, and we have to bring that other perspective that we actually do have. Even though we enjoy the streets, the hood rat activity
Right.
sometimes,
We
like
like the hood rat shit sometimes.
I like
Yeah,
it sometimes,
know.
but we gotta let people know, like, man, there's another real side to life, man, and that shit don't lead you nowhere when you really just be following the streets and all that dumb shit forever the rest of your life. Like, I got more knowledge than that, a little bit more awareness, and you do too, because we had them conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about it because this is what we're going through, and there's other people that are going through the same thing. So
Yep.
maybe we should be the voice for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that want to
There you go.
be out the streets.
You got to appreciate that. Can't hate on
No.
that. And if you do, y'all suckers.
It's just about growth. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
All
We all
about
got to grow.
growth.
I want to do shit I did like 10, 15 years ago.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Think a little more, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's dope y'all doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where can they find y'all at? And where, you know what I mean? Check out y'all first couple episodes.
So we are going to upload the first few episodes, but they can follow us right now on all social media platforms at NFTS Podcast.
Okay.
That's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
TikTok.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I always forget
Yeah,
TikTok.
I'm like, TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok's the
But
shit,
yeah,
right?
they can follow us. They should be
YouTube.
out very soon. The problem, however, was we filmed and recorded the first episode, and then after we went home, found out that the whole entire audio was out.
I'm kind of happy about that.
Yeah,
I was
actually,
really,
me too.
I was really lit that day, and I said some things I probably shouldn't have said. Yeah,
See, looking out for you. They's looking out for you.
yeah,
baby.
it was the
Yeah.
universe. Like,
We're going to
oh,
fuck up this first
We've
one.
definitely done that
Nah.
too. So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
yeah,
Yes, we've
so
done that.
definitely.
I have definitely done that. So I understand.
It's dope though. We just having the conversations that me and her have, like, as friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
is what we've been having on the podcast. So I'm
So it's
excited.
like real shit. It's not
Yeah.
even scripted or nothing. Just
No,
Nah.
not at all.
Nah.
We just come up
Two
with
homies
we just
kicking it.
come up with an
Yeah.
idea
Yeah,
and then just
just start flowing.
Yeah.
flowing.
yeah.
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 All right. What kind of music are you working on right now? I know you got stuff in the works, right?
I do. I have a lot. I think my next single is actually going to be the song called Tiptoe with my friend Tiptoe. Pull up, hop out, we
It's
get
with
it.
the
Yeah.
guy you were just talking about. You just
Mhm.
recorded the song with the other night,
Yep.
right? What's his name? I'm sorry.
Black. He goes by Black. Black
Black.
Music. 3LACK
Yes.
Check
Music.
him out too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Shout out.
Shout out to
We'll
him.
have him on the podcast too.
Yes, definitely. He's dope.
Was that the first time y'all
3
performed
lakh.
that?
No, I think we another time once before. But yeah, I think that's going to be the next one. A few changes to it, but that's about it. That's gonna be the next one. I am working on a whole entire project. I have a project that will finish recording with Zainab. And she's Sudanese. She speaks Arabic or Arabic. And again, I speak Spanish and English. She speaks Arabic and English, Arabic and English. So it'll be a 3-language, 3-song project.
Little EP.
Little EP. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, title.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you just
that's
say
gonna
it?
be
I'm
really
sorry.
dope.
Tri-City.
Tri-City.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yes.
Tri-City.
I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be super dope. We've performed. It's crazy because the way we made this project, it was literally like one day she was like, "Hey yo, come over. I got like this beat pack type thing," and I was like, "Okay, cool." First beat that comes on, we write to it in like 5 minutes. Boom, song's done.
You be cranking shit out.
Yeah, and then like we heard another one. I spent that night like writing another one, and then another one, and we were like, "Let's go record this." Literally the next day.
Tupac.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. We went to go record it, and it needed mixing and mastering. But then after that, we were just on the road. We went to London. We went to like Atlanta. I was in New York, California. We're just always
Everywhere.
traveling. Yeah, so we never had the
Message.
time to like mix and master it. So after we've listened to it again, we were like, damn, we just got to re-record this for real. Because like it just wasn't the first mix,
Right.
and we didn't have the stems and stuff like that. So we're just re-recording it. She'll be back, I think either this week or next week when I come back from Atlanta, because I'm flying out on Friday. When I come back from Atlanta, she comes back from California. We're gonna finish recording it, but it's going to be a dope project.
Fire.
I love it. Yeah.
And you know you're supposed to send those to me as soon as you get them.
Listen, we got you for real,
Send them
for
to
real,
me.
Get
for
a
real.
pretty please.
We really, really do. And
just making sure.
it's super dope because we
making
actually
sure.
named each song after like a city. So like
Mm.
we have 303 because this is where we met. 909, that's where I'm from, and 249 is the Sudanese Sudan area code.
Gotcha.
So it'll be 303, 909, and 249.
International, worldwide.
Fully,
huh?
we already are, you know.
Damn,
So,
yeah, show.
so yeah,
We appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I'm super
That's
excited.
another thing that I always got to step up your game, and you're definitely.
Yeah,
know
so
what I
we
mean?
have that project. I have a few other singles. I'm probably going to re-release Duffy because the way I released that was during quarantine and probably the worst way I could have. Just out of like me being sad in my room. I was like, where are my friends? We're really stuck in quarantine. And I was just listening to this song called Duffy. And then I was like, man, I'm a release it. So I got this filter on Instagram, took a picture, took a video. And that was literally my cover art is this like Instagram filter. So I was like, really have to re-release this because it's a dope ass song. And then me and Trip were just talking about like maybe shooting a video for it. I don't know. I have to figure that out. But yeah, so I'm working on a project, have a few singles, and then the project with Zainab.
Oh yeah. looks
And the
like you're
podcast.
Busy,
Yeah.
busy woman.
Yeah, fully.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did want to tell y'all about my manager and how I met her.
All right.
Okay, so listen, I'm just
Well,
super.
she was supposed to be here.
She was, but she couldn't. She's on.
I missed
She's
her.
on
I wanted to meet
probation.
her.
y'all.
Oh, shit.
She's on
We know that
probation.
much.
She couldn't come out here.
I love how you're saying it.
Allegedly. Allegedly on probation.
Like we can't
No,
hear
she
that.
really is. She,
Like, yeah, there ain't nothing
it's
wrong.
so funny.
No,
It's-
she really is.
no, she really is. But it's
Shout out.
I'm just super appreciative of her because had it not been for her, I know for sure like God put her in my life because of the room she's like allowed me like placed me in type thing. You know what I mean? People she's allowed me to meet
Like
like
the
through
doors.
her.
The
Yeah.
network, yeah.
So she actually was super like wanting to like learn management and stuff. And she knew Mac Miller, R.I.P. And his one of his like
Mac
best
Miller.
friends, Q. And they introduced her to other people, Barry and Zeke from Since the 80s. And she was just learning from them, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
like Barry and
Soaking up
Zeke have
game.
done like some crazy things in the last like 2, 3, 4 years with like JID and Earth Gang and stuff like that. So during A3C, she was like, yo, Barry and Zeke are going to be speaking. Go talk to them. She wasn't my manager at the time. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do I say? And then she was like, I texted them. They know you're coming. So I was like, okay, cool. So they had a panel. They spoke. And I was talking to Barry and Zeke, and I was like, okay, so this is where I'm at musically, and like, do you think I need a manager? I've been kind of like not too sure. And then Barry literally was like, I don't want to sound rude. Actually, you know what? Are you dumb? And I was like, dumb? He's like, you know Lila. And I was like, oh yeah, I do. And he was like, she's a dope person. Like, you should go like talk to her. I was like, I'll be right back. Literally ran outside to go get service. And I was like, Lila, do you want to be my manager? She was like, yeah. What happened? I said, I'll tell you right now, but that's all I wanted to ask. I'll be right back. Ran back inside and I was like, okay. So I asked her to be my manager. And then, yeah. And then they were like, okay, cool. Like, y'all figure it out from there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But like, she got the like, okay from them too. And I was just like, okay, cool. And it was just super dope. Cause like, again, after that, like I did this cover for Earth Gang's like Bank song. I released it. They liked it on Twitter. They shared it on like Instagram. And then I was in New York after A3C. And then they did a show. We went to their show. It was like an hour drive from New York, from where she was at. And we met up with him, and it was super dope because I think he goes by Wow Great. We were on the bus. He's one of the guys from Earth Gang. He was like, yo, I just wanted to tell you in person, you're really dope. Like, don't stop. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is super dope.
Getting all this encouragement.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, like that was so cool. Like I wish somebody would have recorded it.
Right.
But just so I could have it forever.
Yeah.
But like two, it just stayed in my heart, my mind, like forever. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, man. And after that, like
I mean, a lot of people tell you that,
I
don't
know,
they?
that's
I mean,
so crazy because I do have moments of like doubt, like today / last night. It kind of like trickled in. I made a whole Instagram post. I was like, dang, like some days, like I am like, am I doing the right thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think everyone has those moments.
it's a very hard industry to stay in, and like so.
Yeah.
So just.
But I
just
always
believe in
remember
yourself,
those like
you know?
moments. You know what I mean? Like even like Audio Push, they have this project called Come As You Are. And like before I was even a rapper, I watched them. They were on tour with Wayne and T.I. And I think G-Eazy was on that bill. But I was on their tour bus. Hit Boy was there. And if y'all don't know who Hit Boy is, he's like behind a lot of songs, a lot of like Nipsey's last project, like Nas, shout out to Double as well. But I got to see them like create on the tour bus.
Right.
And then they needed a girl for a song, and it's called Club 380. And really, I just said, ooh, you nasty. And in the beginning, I was like, put some inland in it, something like that. And then after that, I was just like, dang, this is kind of cool, y'all.
Right.
And then, but I got to see them like create that project, and I was actually on the project again before I was MTG. So if y'all listen to it, Club 380, you know what I mean? Audio Push, I'm on it. So again, I've been very blessed, and I'm super again appreciative of my manager because again, she's put me in like some crazy like rooms. And I always tell her like, yo, I really like love you for real. Like you're like so dope to me. And like, God really like put you in here like with me for a reason. And we're going to go crazy because she goes hard for me. So I need to go hard for her. You know what I mean?
So you gotta do it, man. It's a two-way street. You got to give and take and help each other out.
Because I'm fully aware there's some managers that really, they call themselves managers, but they don't care. Right.
Yeah.
They don't care about, they don't care about their people the way Lila cares about me. You know what I mean? She really believes in me. Like she was there when right before I released my first project, The Interview. She heard this song called Give Up, and I talk about depression and anxiety in that song because a lot of people don't know, but I definitely I attempted suicide, and I talk about that in the song, and she was just like, yo, I could relate, you know what I mean? And after that, she was just like, yo, like everything you're making is like super dope. And it was just really cool to like hear that like sadly somebody else could relate. However, I'm not alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were there for you.
Yeah.
And offered their help.
Yep. So super cool.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a dope-ass person, just like you.
Thank you.
You
She is. She's crazy. I appreciate her.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Lila Paulson. I think it's Lila, King.Lila, KIING.Lila on Instagram. But yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that's about it. We really appreciate you and Trip stopping on by and blessing us with some dope, you know what I mean, a dope podcast. I mean, I really enjoyed it. You have any last words, any kind of shout outs, anyone?
I mean, shout out to Lila. Shout out to Jaytriiip over here.
3 eyes.
To the left of me.
Trip,
I
Trip,
keep a
Trip,
real one to
Trip.
the left of me. You know what I
I
mean?
got a song idea for you, Trip.
What about
Yeah,
Trip?
Oh,
You
what's
got things
poppin'?
cooking?
Yeah, look, I'm all chilling now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuff coming. You know what I'm saying? I rap for
You
you.
always do.
I rap better than your boyfriend series
Mm-hmm.
coming. I got songs, you know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to drop them, just, figuring things out. I'm writing a book. We got the podcast going.
Y'all
I got
some
my
busy
I got
women.
my personal life going. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, but yeah, thanks
So we
for
definitely need to have you back again.
Yes,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah. Trip's fam. You're
to
welcome
talk
here
about
whenever.
stuff?
Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
just have you on.
To talk
again.
about
Yeah, let's talk.
to
Let's
talk about
talk.
things.
You
Yeah.
smoking over there or what? I know you don't normally
It
smoke.
feels like it, but I haven't smoked it off.
Yeah,
so-
a little bit.
Nah, I'm down to come back whenever. I love y'all.
You're
This is
fan,
dope.
man.
You know what I'm
you're always
saying?
welcome.
No, we
MTG,
know.
my
Let me-
dog.
Love
That
you.
part. That's my dog. Yeah.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog.
Let me-
Jaytriiip 3 eyes
Dog.
always. That's me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let me shout out my brothers before they listen to this and
Right,
they're
right.
like,
What
oh,
the
not
fuck?
me.
Yeah, fool.
Not
You
me.
talk shit about me, but
No,
what?
two of my brothers, actually all three have YouTube channels, so check them out. I be
Yeah.
posting them all the time. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I only have three brothers, no sisters. Listen,
Yeah,
I
shout
have
out
to
your
because they do listen to these
Yeah, do it.
interviews.
Right. They're going to listen to this.
They
Watch.
do listen.
Shout out Randall.
Randall can't rap.
Randall can't rap.
That is my favorite video, y'all. Randall can't rap. But yeah, Oh yeah, shout out to my parents in case y'all
Y'all
decide
listen to it for some reason.
Yeah, right.
Nah, like I said, we appreciate you. You said you want to spit a little, acapella for the people out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just
Oh,
got a little
yes.
nervous,
Okay.
y'all.
Oh,
Get it
shit.
Okay.
Nah.
I'm here for it.
Exclusive.
MTG la reina, la jefa, ella nunca pierde, se mueve despacito, todo lo que toco me hace rica, me la ambiento y bien rica. Wait, hold up, huh? You gon' need translation, huh? Google it. Who been it? Her been it? I been it. Hop up in the whip and I been it quick. Ooh, I hear they talking, upset when I walk in, throwing fits, punching the air, but you love my derriere. You a bird, bitch, are you flocking? This money, I get it out the faucet, bitch, you clocking, and through your BD speaker, I'm knocking. MTG, always paid, I'm locked in. All I fear is GOD. Fuck with me, my real ones, real life COD. Talk out the side of your neck, I'll send them quick. Lions stay on D&D. No tengas miedo, con mi palabra te enciendio. Ay, no hay pregunta por aquí. Soy la mera. Ask about me. MTG la reina, la jefa, you already know.
Y'all don't know.
Yes.
Ask about her.
Girl.
Guess so.
MTG in the motherfucking
A
house.
real
Jaytriiip,
talent.
Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
DJ Sin, your boy Joe Thunder. Bringing you
Hey.
that
Shout out to y'all.
hotness.
Shout out to JoeThunder podcast.
Thank you.
DJ Sin, Elvis,
You trying-
Jaytriiip.
Oh, hey,
Ding,
man.
ding, 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 ding.
What's up?
All right, we out here once again. We thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank
can
you.
find us
Have a
on-
wonderful day.
Have a wonderful
Yeah.
day.
Find us on all the
Have a wonderful day.
platforms.
Make moves.
Great day to be alive. Shout out. Like.
Peace.